Right? Let's be honest. Would you ever go on a blind date? Like you just show up and hope for the best? Because personally, I don't know if I will ever trust my friends, my family, or even myself to set myself up for a blind date. But people do it all the time, right? But the real question is, do blind dates ever lead to love? Or is it just another recipe for a disaster? Today we are going to be doing a Q&A questions on blind dates from the X app.
Let's have it.
So grab a popcorn because this is going to be fun. And if you have ever been on a blind date, please drop your story in the comment section because we want to know what we are setting ourselves up for. Question number 1. Would you trust your best friend to set you up on a blind date? Why or why not? Would I trust my best friend? Well, my best friend makes good choices, which is one of the reasons why I keep my best friend as my best friend. So the answer is yes. And the reason is because my best friend makes good choices. But the question there is, I don't even know if I want to go on a blind date, so it's kind of tricky for me right now. Number 2, what's worse, a blind date with an awkward talker or one who overshares their entire life? Okay, this one is deep because an awkward talker would be saying things and blubbering, you know that. And they could be saying something that they don't actually mean. It's just that they don't know what to say. Maybe because they are lacking self-confidence.
What are you saying?
And someone who overshares their life will literally be saying a whole lot of things. And I don't know. But if I'm in the mood for a long story, if I'm in the mood for a gist, I would like to really go with the one that talks and shares because I want to hear everything, know everything because I'm there for the gist.
Really?
Right, and they're sharing. I didn't even ask, and they're sharing. But awkward talker will make the date awkward, and I'm not sure if I want to have an awkward date. Like, I love gist, so I would take the one with the that is oversharing. At least it's his personal life, so it's not mine. Yeah. Number 3, would you go on a blind date if the person was handpicked by your mom?
What?
Oh my god, my mom picks a blind date for me. I'm not going. And the reason why is because, well, my mom might pick someone that she likes, and secondly, because it's best I don't start something that I can't finish, because how am I going to tell her that I went on this date and I didn't like this person? So to avoid making it look like a family feud between both of us, right, I would rather not go so that I don't start something that I can't finish. So my answer is going to be no. It's best I say no and I don't go at all than starting it and having to explain to her why I didn't carry on with the date. Number 4 is, what's a bigger deal breaker on a blind date? Bad breath or terrible manners? Bad breath for me. Honestly, how am I supposed to breathe? We are eating and I can't breathe because your breath is bad and it's stinking. That's actually a very bad thing though for someone, unless they are sick. I would say if they are sick, they should try to get medical help.
They show my concern.
But honestly, it gives off the idea that you are unhygienic. Someone with bad, terrible manners, it's manageable.
What are you saying?
That they do not know. Maybe they talk while they're eating and all of that kind of thing. Though it's a little nasty, but it's manageable than the bad breath.
Yeah, that one is bad.
Number 5, what's the worst thing someone could say in the first 5 minutes of a blind date?
Let's have it.
If that person says something that has to do with body shaming or weight, it is so bad. Like, it's so bad.
Oh, yeah.
No one wants to hear how big they are. Remember, this is a blind date. So when someone comes into a blind date with you and you're like, oh, I thought you were bigger than this or thinner than this, they could start feeling that could potentially reduce their self-esteem, because most times when people are preparing for blind dates, they are going there with so much anxiety and high expectations. Sometimes they are nervous because they don't know what to see, they don't know what to expect. And this is you mentioning their weight, maybe because you, for whatever reasons at all. So I think talking about people's weight is the worst thing that you can say in the first 5 minutes on a blind date. Number 6, if you could only ask one question on a blind date, what would it be? If I could ask only one question, I think it would be about your faith. What do you believe in? These days, some people go to church and you don't really believe in. These days, people are attacking the church a lot. So it's best I know what your stand is on the body of Christ. Best I know what your faith level is, or what your stand is on the body of Christ and the gospel entirely. So my question would be, do you believe in God? Or how much do you believe in God? Something like that. Something that has to do with your belief system.
Yes.
Right? That's okay. 7. Would you rather go on a blind date in a fancy restaurant or at an amusement park? Fancy restaurant, that means we eat fancy food. That means we will have fun eating, trying out good, fine dining. That's romantic. And amusement park could be fun because there could be side shows, there could be entertainment, Though fine dining could also have entertainment as well. So it's kind of tricky. I love entertainment. If the fine dining, like the restaurant, would have entertainment like music, soft music, then I'll go for fine dining. Yes, I'll go for fine dining. Number 8. Have you ever been on a blind date? Rate the experience from 1 to 10.
No! God, please, no!
Have you ever been on a blind date? Rate your experience in the comment section from 1 to 10. But as for me, I have been on a blind date like twice and I never liked it. And they were both disaster dates. The reason why, because one of those guys just came there and literally didn't say nothing. He was just staring at me, and according to him, well, he expected me to do the talking.
What?
What do you mean? Am I here to chase you?
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
Omo, I was really, really dumbfounded. And the other one was pretty much rude. He made a comment that sounded kind of weird. I want to date or marry someone in healthcare.
God have mercy upon us.
So you literally asked questions about me, and you found out that I'm in healthcare. So that's why you're on a date with me? Okay, so you're opportunist. No, I don't like that. Number 9. If you could set up a celebrity blind date, who would you match together? If I could set up a celebrity blind date, I would, if it's Nigerian celebrities blind dates, who will I match together now? There's so many pretty people, but I love the idea of, I don't know. I don't actually know who to match, but I'll go for Timini and Nancy and Sime, because they are both, I love them both. But the thing is, they have already met. Okay, well, it's a blind date, so do they know? No, they don't know they're going on a date, so it's a blind date. And if we're looking abroad, if you're looking at foreign stars, I would go for Drake and
Really?
This one is a cute one. Drake and Anne Hathaway. I love Anne Hathaway a lot. So let's say Drake and Anne Hathaway. That would be cute. What do you think?
Cheers.
Number 10. What's the best way to secretly escape a blind date? Give your best excuses in the comments. Now, this question is for you. What's the best way to secretly escape a blind date? Give your reasons in the comment sections because I'm going to read them.
Let's have it. Let's have it.
For me, the best way to secretly escape from it would be, if I'm already on the date, I would just say, if I'm already on the date, I would just say the usual, which is, I want to go to the restroom. Then I'll pick my purse and probably find my way from there. This one happens a lot in the movies, and so it's not a new thing. But if I have not been on the date, let's say that I'm already arriving and I discover that this is my date and I don't think I like what I'm saying, the best thing for me is to turn around and go back. Then I will text that person and say, I'm sorry, I'm not coming.
What are you saying?
I know this sounds a little bit unkind, but it's best. Or maybe I could just walk in and tell them that, okay, I'm so sorry. I wish I could stay for this date, but something came up. But I decided that it's best for me to meet you and tell you this in person. Please, I'm sorry, but I have to leave now. So I will now leave. That's me apologizing in person and leaving immediately than having to leave and then text them. I don't know which works best, but I'll take, if I'm already on the date, I'll take the restroom, and if I'm already coming for the date, then I'll take apologizing in person. Yeah. What do you think? Write yours in the comment section. I would like to see yours.
Oh, yeah.
Number 11. Do blind dates actually lead to relationship, or is it just for fun? This was the question that I always ask. Do blind dates actually lead to relationships? Or more in person, I've not seen someone who went on a blind date and it led to a relationship.
Really?
But I have heard about that a lot in stories. Like I've seen that on X, I've seen stories about it on IG, Bella Naija. I've seen them in movies. But I've not actually seen someone in person, like a couple that can say or relate to it and say, oh, these people went on a blind date and here they are. So the question is, are they actually real? Okay, people are talking about it, but does it happen more often, or is it just one in many people? You know, one in many people's situation.
Oh, chim.
Because this is beginning to look like just a fun thing for me, so I don't know the answer to this question because I have not seen. And what I have heard about sounds more like one in a million people thing. So you tell me, answer this one, what do you think? Number 12. Why do people refuse to go on blind dates? Why do people refuse to go on blind dates? This one sounds a little bit easy, but you check it now. Why would I even not refuse to go on a blind date? Like, why would I not refuse to go on a blind date when I'm going to be so full of expectations?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I'm someone that naturally could get so excited or at the same time get so anxious about something. Looking at my personality type, going on a blind date means that I will be hyper anxious. Like those blind dates that I went those times, I won't lie to you, I was hyper anxious. I wanted to know what did these people look like, and I didn't like the feeling in my gut system. So I don't like that kind of situation where I get to be so anxious and worried about what's going to happen, blah 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 blah. So blind dates are worrisome for me. So
Continue.
for me, why do people not want to go? Maybe the anxiety, and for some people they are just tired.
Oh, chim.
For some people, I think it's because these days everyone is trying to get into everyone's business. They are asking questions about your relationship. Why are you still single? What's this? What's that? And
Continue.
sometimes when people start setting you up on a blind date, you begin to feel like, hey, they are crossing their boundaries. They are overstepping their boundaries, and you don't want that. You don't like that, which is understandable. Some people want to be private. Some people want to find love at their own time. You do not want to be pressured, so you are pressuring them by setting them up on a blind date, and that's so unfair to them. So maybe that's why. For me, it's a very valid reason if this is your excuse, but I would like to see your own excuse in the comment section. Please leave your own excuse in the comment section. Number 13. What's the psychology behind why some blind dates work and others fail? How am I supposed to know this? Okay, the psychology behind could be attraction.
Continue.
You know, if you have high expectations of something and you get there and you meet exactly your expectations, it definitely could work because this one is working in your favor, right?
Oh yeah.
But if you go there and the whole thing just falls apart, like you expected so much and look at this is not even close to your expectation, definitely it's going to fail. And another reason is sometimes the people setting you up for the date, let's say it's a friend, and this friend you trust them a lot, and you go on this date and you discover that they set you up with someone that they themselves cannot even bring themselves to date. You may be feeling disappointed, like, why would she set me up on a date like this with someone like this when she herself would not even bring herself to date someone like this? It will begin to look like, like I say something else. It will begin to look like maybe she doesn't have your best interest at heart. So that kind of prejudice could make you begin to resent the date instead of paying attention to get to know this person.
Yes.
Whenever you have a prejudice about something, it's difficult to see that thing for who or what it is truly is, or who they truly are. If you have a prejudice about someone, it's difficult to see them for who they are, and if you have a prejudice about something, it's difficult to see it for what it is. So that's it. Prejudice. Yeah. Number 14. Is love at first sight real, or do people just convince themselves later? Is love at first sight real? Yes, I have been in love at first sight. I have seen someone and really loved them at first sight, so I think it's real because it's real for me. I don't know, what do you think?
Let's have it.
But people convincing themselves later, maybe, I'm not sure, but for me, my answer is yes. Love at first sight is real. Yeah. Number 15. How can you tell if a blind date is instantly a no within the first 5 minutes?
What?
It's obvious. If this blind date or this person begins to do something that you do not like, or things that you consider a red flag or a deal breaker, it's obvious that it's a no. So that's how.
Yes.
If within the first 5 minutes, like I talked about weight before, if that person begins to body shame you or begins to say something about economy or something that you don't like, then this definitely is a no. Like, this date is a no, and yes. Number 16. Are blind dates better than dating apps in 2025?
Oh, Chim.
This dating app issue, everyone is becoming exhausted using dating apps. And I think we're going to do a Q&A on this one, so.
Okay.
But are blind dates better than using dating apps? Dating apps? Okay, so I've seen people say that recently they've been going on a date with people that they met on dating apps, only to discover that these people are not even exactly what they look like on dating apps. So that's like giving you a surprise. It's like giving you a different vibe of blind dates, but in this case, it's falsehood. So blind dates, dating apps. If you're someone that loves to go on dates, then I would say blind dates is best for you because you like to dress up and go out. But if you're an introvert that prefer being indoors, being in your own space, if you're an introvert that prefers being indoors, being in your own space, then dating apps could be the best for you. But the thing is, it's best to meet people in person so you can make your conclusion. So blind dates for me is better than dating apps. Blind dates for me is better than dating apps because I get to meet this person in person and I get to make my own conclusion about them. Than having to be talking to someone that I don't even know if they are exactly who they claim to be. Number 17. Why do people trust matchmaking but not blind dates? Who is trusting matchmaking? Matchmaking and blind dates have similarities and that is confusing though.
Okay.
Matchmaking is more personalized because this is someone that you know setting you up.
Really?
This is someone like a family friend setting you up with a date, and you know the information of the person you're going to meet, and probably you have chatted with them or seen some of their relatives, but you haven't met them.
Yes.
But in the case of blind dates, you don't know anything about this person, so it's safer for you to trust someone that you have heard a lot about, or probably seen some of their relatives,
Oh yeah.
than someone that you have not heard anything about, you just don't know anything about them. So that could be the reason why. Number 18. Is it better to go on a blind date or let things happen naturally?
Oh, chim.
Well, things happen naturally. Would you say this one? Okay, now the blind date is to meet this person. Things happen naturally. Does it mean that you're going to be chatting with them without meeting them until things happen naturally? Because I don't actually understand this question. Twitter people, help me. What do you mean by this question? For me, if you haven't met this person at all, it's best you go on a blind date and meet them. Then just be chatting with someone that you haven't met. How is the thing going to happen naturally? Please help me to help you, Twitter.
You think it's a joke?
What's the success rate of blind dates? Turning into long-term relationships. Success rate of blind dates turning into a long-term relationship. I don't know.
Apologize.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because I have not met someone who went on a blind date in person and ended up being in love with them. I said this before.
Yes.
So, if I'm looking at what I'm seeing on Twitter, I would say it's 1 in a million people. But in person, I haven't met. And if you have met, please do leave a comment in the comment section. Remember, blind dates is a little different from matchmaking. If it's for matchmaking, I have seen matchmaking lead to marriages in person. Like I've seen it all the time. This is Africa. I live in Africa. I've seen it all the time. I know uncles, I know aunties, I know friends. But as for blind dates, nah, I haven't.
Oh yeah.
Should you Google someone before a blind date, or is that stalking? In this time and age, in 2025, please Google. It's best you have 1 or 2 information about this person than just go there entirely not sure of what you expect. And it is not stalking. It is not stalking. It is you being safe and keeping yourself safe. Okay?
Oh yeah.
You should be alert.
Yes.
Number 21. What does science say about first impressions? Do they always matter? First impressions matter.
Really?
The first impression is what people draw conclusions or even create prejudices about someone. You do not want to give out an impression that is not or does not even align with you or your personality, which is so wrong of you.
Continue.
And besides, that date could lead to a potential relationship. So why come out there and give an impression that will cause that date to be sabotaged and end up not having a second date? So please leave a good first impression. Yes, first impressions matter.
Okay.
Number 22. Can attractions grow over time, or does it have to be instant? Attraction can grow over time. It doesn't have to be instant.
So it's
No, it doesn't have to be instant. So over time, when you get to meet someone, you get to love them, especially if they have a wonderful, lovable personality. Most times, the people that we're attracted to are those who will love their personality. this day it's not always about their looks. Sometimes it's always about the character. Yes, and someone's character too can cause you to stop being attracted to them, especially if you love them about their looks. Number 23. Why do we sometimes feel chemistry with someone who's not our type? Well, this one is simple. The reason is this person may not be your type, but they have a great personality. I've seen this situation where people are married to someone that they say, this is not my type, but I married him. She's not my type, I married her. But because she has a wonderful personality, she has her life together, she has a lot going on, and you are happy with her, she makes you happy, you make her happy too. So that is one of the reasons why. I think it's the personality, the character thing, which I talked about before, that makes you, this person may not be your type. This person may not be your type, but you end up feeling a chemistry with them. And the question again is, what's even your type? If you're talking about your type based on physical looks, their character could be the reason why. And if you're talking about your type based on character and personality, this one is a little tricky. You may feel a chemistry for someone who is not your type by character. Maybe they don't like the things you like, or they don't party like you do. Maybe because at some point you realize that what they have is what you want, what you need, should I say. Not actually basically what you want, but what you really need.
Oh yeah.
Let's say this person is a peaceful, kind, loving, healthy person. You will definitely be drawn to them over someone who's so chaotic and parties all the time. And if you're a party lover, you might want to be drawn to this person. At some point you're like, she's not my type. Like, she doesn't party, she doesn't go places, but I love being with her. That's because you love her peace, you love her aura, you love her personality. So yes, it can happen. Yeah! Number 24. What's the best way to mentally prepare for a blind date? The best way to mentally prepare for a blind date is to know that it's just a date. Because it doesn't have to lead to marriage, and it is fine if things don't work out between the both of you. So come to that realization that it is okay, that this is just a date. It doesn't have to lead to marriage, and it is fine. It is so fine that if nothing happens after this date, okay? So have this calmness in your mind and show up for the date. 25. What psychological tricks make people more attracted to you on a date? Psychological tricks to make people attracted to you, I would say smiling often. Listen, you can never go wrong with a smile, and you can never go wrong with making eye contact. So I would say smile often, make a good eye contact, and if possible, compliment them. Everyone loves compliments, so yes, these tricks work. 26. Do opposites really attract, or do we just think they do? Opposites attract. In fact, most marriages that are successful are between two opposite people.
Oh yeah.
And yes, there are successful marriages between two people that think alike, act alike, there are likes in everything.
What are you saying?
So yes, opposites attract and opposites keep a good home. We have seen that a lot. Like, there are many people like that. So based on what we are looking at, based on the reality of what we are seeing, yes, they do attract, and it is not a fable. Number 27. What's the best way to make a great first impression on a blind date? The best way to make a great first impression on a blind date is by, I would say, by smiling and keeping your shit together. Smile, respect yourself, don't overdrink. Okay, do not overdrink on a first date, on a blind date, and don't overshare. Don't overshare your personal details or even anything at all. Keep your conversation light, fun, with less of too much talk, and avoid arguments. Arguments don't make you cute. Honestly, avoid arguing too much about everything. Even if you're well versed in this, Just don't argue. 28. Why do some people fall for mystery and unpredictability in dating? Well, because everyone loves adventure. Someone that you barely know will give you this trait to want to know them. You become curious about knowing them. And humans naturally we love to explore. We love curiosity. So it's our natural thing. That's why.
Oh yeah.
People love to explore. People love to know people that they want to people that they want to unravel. Okay? So it's fun and it's a spark. It keeps the whole thing fun. So if you go on a blind date with someone that seems like a mystery, there's every tendency that you want to go on a second date with that person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you want to know who is this person, what's this about them, what's this about them, and sometimes, many a times, this whole unraveling thing and curiosity thing ends up leading to you falling for them. Yeah, that's how it always ends. These stories like this one.
Oh yeah.
Number 29. What are the common biases people have on blind dates that ruin their chances? The common biases that ruin their chances, I think it's having a prejudice on blind dates. If you already have a prejudice that blind dates don't work, then definitely you will have your mind set that this date will not work, and if you go on that date, it definitely will not work.
Dang.
That's it. So I think it's already having a prejudice about blind dates is some of the common reasons why you go on blind dates and it doesn't work out. Number 30. Do blind dates work better for men or women, and why? Blind dates work better for men. If you ask me, the reason why, so if a man is willing to go on a blind date, it means that he's willing to accept something that whomsoever he's dating. But unlike women, but most blind dates that don't turn out well, like if I talk about mine and other people that I've heard about theirs, it's when you get there and you see this guy, you're like, who is this guy? But do you know what? I don't know. Because if you ask me, I would say it's men, because as a woman and as what I've seen from other women, we go on dates and we want to meet someone that we want to deal with. And some of these men, it's like as if they already have their mind made up. Okay, do you know what? They say men fake love. So maybe he will just accept. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not sure. What do you think? Leave your question. Leave your answers in the comment section. I want to know what you think. I want to know what you think about this one, because this one's kind of tricky. I don't want to say that it's men because I have not been in a man's shoe, but it looks like as if they're having it easy on their own side, right? Yeah, it looks easy on their own side, so I don't know. Is it easy on your side? If you're a man, please comment. Is it easy on your side? Do you think it's easy? If it's easy, please leave your comments. I want to know. Number 31. Is it shallow to judge someone instantly based on looks on a blind date? Is it shallow? No, it's not. Listen, I've said the first impression matters. Please try to groom well and look good. I mean, it's not shallow. The way you look also shows a lot about you.
Dang.
Yeah, if you look good and well articulated, it could be a sign that you groom well and you take care of yourself. But if you look shabby, it could be a sign that you are someone who does not have their life together. If you look dirty, it's a sign that you are an unhygienic person. If you're neat, it means that it means that you have your life put together and you are naturally a neat person. So these things matter. Your looks matter, please, whether you're male or you're female.
Oh yeah.
There's this story about this girl that went on a blind date. On Twitter, she said she dressed up for this date, was looking pink and all of that. But on getting to that date, the man comes there just looking like as if he's just going to buy something at the next store close to his house. While this date is even at a place that is not close to the guy's house, neither is it close to her house. So that means this dude literally just showed up looking so casual from such a distance to their meeting point. And she was like, why would she put in such effort to meet this guy on a blind date? Oh, on a blind date, and this guy will just come out looking like as if he's just going to see someone off. Oh my, it's so not cool. She was like, this was not cool, and definitely she's not seeing him again. And I understand her point. I really understand her part on this, because I mean, how could he? So the way you look, the way you dress shows the way you look, the way you dress shows a lot, and also shows if you really value this date. Because if you have some respect for this date that you're going, why would you show up just so casual, like it doesn't matter after all? Please, it does matter. It does matter for the person that you're meeting, okay? It does matter for the person that you're meeting. Number 32. Would you ever go on a blind date with someone who doesn't match your type? If the story that I had about this person doesn't match my type, I could go based on curiosity, just to see what it's like to date someone who does not match my type. I would go out of curiosity just to see. After all, it's one experience. It is one experience out of many experiences. So, and it's my life, and it's my life, and these stories will add up as a memory for me, provided that nothing bad happens and nothing goes wrong. So I will just go, have fun, and go home and laugh about it if it's something worth laughing about. Yes. How about you? What do you think? 33. Should people be brutally honest if they aren't interested on a blind date, or fake it to be nice? I think you should fake it. People have emotions and people are going through a lot. Don't come on a blind date and make people feel bad. Someone feel bad for going on a date with you. For them to be there on that date with you is because they respect you. So I think you should respect them as well. So just fake it. Until you go home, you can easily text and say, I don't want to see you again, than just having to hurt their feelings. Don't hurt anyone's feelings. Okay? We all have feelings. We all have emotions. Respect people's emotions. Be nice, be kind. If possible, just apologize and be politely tell them that you want to go home if you're tired of being at the date. If you're tired of being on the date.
Oh, yeah.
Number 34. Is it a red flag if your blind date asks too many personal questions? It's a red flag. Okay, for me, yes, it's a red flag. Okay, if the blind date already knows some things about you, let's say that the person that set you guys up have already told this person a lot about you, and they are still asking. To me, I think they have heard something about you that they don't like, or they've been snooping and they want to confirm it. It could be that they already have a prejudice, but they want to confirm it. And again, sometimes it could be they had something and they are, like a little gossip, which is not entirely good. So it's a red flag. And it's a red flag again if they don't know anything about you and they're asking too many personal questions. Why can't you just wait for us to see on another date? Why can't you wait for us to see on another date? Why do you want to know everything about me in one particular date, on one sitting? This is a huge red flag. Both ways, whatever reasons, don't give your personal information to somebody you're meeting on the first date. First date, and it's even a blind date for that matter, please. If they want to know more about you, they have to get to know you first. Like, come on more dates or keep talking to you so you get to share. Not on that date. So it's a red flag. It's a huge red flag. Don't give out your personal information. That's a lot. What do you think? What do you think about that? Please. 35. What's the bigger difference between a bad date and a boring date? The bigger difference between a bad date and a boring date. Boring date is, let's say nothing is happening, it's so dry, you guys are not really talking. Let's say you're on their phone, you're on your phone, and you guys don't know what to talk about. You're just staring at each other, smiling. Boring. That's boring. I've not really been on a boring date, so yeah, I think that's what a boring date is. Nothing is going on, no activity, and it's not fun. Bad date is something disastrous happens. Let's say you guys just hit up with an argument, or you fall apart, or something happens to the both of you, maybe an accident. Yes, a bad day, or maybe a bad weather, or you get robbed, or Yeah, that's the difference. Difference is this one, nothing is going on, but you guys are cool. This one, you guys are not really cool.
Continue.
And something is really going on, and that thing is not a good thing. So that's a bad date. Really a bad date. And sometimes bad dates means that you may not want to meet that person again. But if that bad date is something that has nothing to do with the both of you, let's say it's an experience like you both get robbed or something like that, it could actually bring you guys together though. Yeah. I've seen people who went on a bad date, and because the bad date was, okay, let me give you an example. There's this couple that ended up getting married. I read the story on Instagram. So how it happened was that they went on a date, a night date. They went to buy pizza and shawarma. I think shawarma, not pizza. So they had this shawarma, it was too peppery. This happened in Lagos. So while after eating this shawarma, the two of them started to purge. Now this guy dropped her off at her place, was supposed to go, but because he was purging, like his stomach was telling him, this happened so quickly, food poisoning. The guy wanted to use her bathroom because he couldn't go home on time to do it. You know, the guy needed to go. The guy needed to go, and he can't hold it till he gets home, so he has to use her restroom. That was how the two of them started to use the restroom over and over again. This one will go, she will come out, he will go, I come out, she will go and come out. At the end of it, he ended up sleeping at her place, but they didn't do nothing. It was just them having to purge all night. After that date, they decided that they were meant for each other, and they ended up getting married like 6 months later or something like that. Yeah, bad dates could lead to relationship. Number 36. Would you rather be on a blind date with an ex or a total stranger? I would take a total stranger, because what if that ex has actually annoyed me? Why would I want to go on a blind date with an ex? Jesus. Okay, maybe an ex because I know them, but no, I don't want an ex, so I'll go for a total stranger. I want to get to know this person, so total stranger is for me because of the experience involved, so total stranger. 37. If someone talks about their ex on a blind date, is that an automatic deal breaker? Yes, it's an automatic deal breaker. Honestly, how would you explain that we went on a blind date and what you're doing is talking about your ex? Does it mean that you're not over your ex yet? Does it mean that you still love your ex? Because if you still love your ex, why are you here? And why do I need to know about your ex? Like, why do you need to be talking about your ex? What is it about your ex that you want to be talking about? It's not fun. So no, it's yes, it's a deal breaker, and no, I don't want to hear anything about your ex. That's not why I'm here. So yes, what do you think about this one? 38. Is it wrong to leave mid-date if you're completely uninterested? It is not wrong. I always advise people, if you're tired of the date, simply leave, but do it politely and do it in a gentle, calm manner. You don't have to be rude, you don't have to leave abruptly, and you do not also have to sneak out. So just, yes, you can sneak out though. We've talked about that before. You can just go to a restaurant and squeeze yourself. Yes, you can sneak out. In that case, maybe it's because you just needed to just run. There are some things that are so disastrous that the only escape for you is to run. If you don't run, you are in trouble. In fact, you're done for. So yes. If you can run, please run. Then 39. What's more awkward? A blind date or a first date with someone you met online? What's more awkward? I think it's a blind date. Someone you just met online. The first date with someone you met online. You could have been talking with them for long. What's more awkward? No, I think my answer would be the someone you met online. Most times, after meeting people online, especially on dating apps and talking to them, when you meet them in person, you're this kind of shy, you want to impress, you're meeting this guy, you've been talking, you guys have been sharing stuff and all the kind of stuff, and finally you're meeting them, so yeah, you might be a little bit awkward. But a blind date, for me, I will have my eyes wide open, like I'll be so alert, so that I know that everything is safe, I'm safe, and this is safe, this date is safe. So for the sake of my safety, I will definitely not feel awkward on a blind date, because there is no prejudice, there is nothing to work on, and whatever I'm seeing there on that day, exactly what I'm going to be drawing my conclusions on. So yeah, so the answer is the first date with someone you met online. For me, what do you think? What's it for you? Share yours, I want to know. And finally, if you could change one thing about how blind dates work, what would it be? This one is for you guys. It's not for me. If you could change one thing about how blind dates work, what would it be? Share in the comment section. I want to read it and I would like to respond. If you also have questions, please drop in the comment section. If you have stories to share, drop in the comment section. Remember, we are here for the fun. I hope you enjoyed this section and I hope you ordered for extra popcorn. See you in the next video. Bye.